Farm. It is a Fromaggio cheese maker. So as you can see here, we've got all of our equipment. This is an at-home cheese maker. It will make you many different kinds of cheeses with just a little input and time from you. Way easier than trying to do it on the stove yourself. So as you can see, it's got this nice screen here, touch screen, so you can pick your types of cheeses, lots of different kinds, but today just to show you guys the use of this machine, we're going to make some cream cheese. It's a nice soft cheese, there's no pressing needed, so it's a little bit easier than some of the harder cheeses like Colby and cheddar. So we're going to make some cream cheese with our cheese maker. Now I got this because we have a lot of milk on the farm here with our dairy goats, and just wanted to make our own cheese, use our own milk, and be more self-sufficient. So it has a nice app with it. You go to your phone, it shows you everything that's going to happen in the whole setup step process, so you know what you're looking forward to. So for this, it tells you what to put in. We have to put in that strainer, we have to put in the cutter. I put in the hard cutter because I want a little bit finer curd. They do say you can use the soft cutter, but I put the hard cutter in this time. And then you put in milk. Of course, the recipe calls for pasteurized cow milk, but you can use whatever you have available. I don't have any goat milk right now because it's winter and the goats are dry for pregnancy. So we do have some pasteurized store milk here. There is a scale inside the machine, which is really nice. So when you put in the milk, it asks for so many grams, or 3 liters. And so you just keep going till you hit the right number of grams. It's not quite a gallon, so it's a little, you got a little bit left over there for drinking, but then you just hit the next button. I put in the milk, it says what to put in, it tells you to put in the cream. So for cream cheese, you do have to put some cream in, not much, but it's already pre-measured here. So we're just going to put that cream in, and then you just keep hitting the next button and just keep walking you through step by step what you have to do. Now we have to add calcium chloride, which is a boost for the cheese making process, to have that extra calcium in there. So that's just a 30% calcium chloride solution that I made. And put on the lid. Now I've got everything in. Now it's going to heat up. The recipe says for 16 minutes. It's going to heat and mix it all together so that it's at a good temperature when we go to put in our culture and our rennet. So we'll be back here in a little bit. Alright, so here's our rennet. This is all these packages can be purchased from the Fromaggio company. You just order them in. And it's really nice because these packets are made for each batch of cheese. So you don't have to measure anything, you don't have to figure anything out. It's made for the recipes that the machine comes with, and it works really well. The rennet we are going to put in is, the rennet they say is for soft cheeses. I actually don't know enough about the cheese making process to know the difference, but I trust them. They made the machine, it seems to work quite well. So this is a microbial rennet for soft cheeses. They mix that in the water, and then we have the cream cheese smear here, and as you can see, the microbial rennet for soft cheeses. So now we're going to use our cream cheese smear, and that goes in first, and that goes directly into the pot. So we just cut it open, and they do have a nice little cap on the top of the mixing pot, so you don't have to actually take off the big lid every time just to put in stuff like this. So we're just going to dump that right in the middle. Once we get that in, we can put the lid back on and hit the screen there to get the next prompt. So put that cap back on. The cap is a measuring cup if you want to use it for that. I have not used it for that, but it is a measuring cup. So now we just have to wait. Now this is only a 30-second wait for this type of cheese between putting in the culture and also then the rennet. Obviously it differs for different types of cheeses such as Colby and cheddar, where you give them a bit longer to culture before you put in the rennet to make the curds. So since we're making just a soft cheese, cream cheese, they go in within 30 seconds. So it mixed in all of my culture, and now I'm going to put in the rennet. I am not a good enough pourer to put the rennet in that tiny hole though, since it's already in the water. So I am going to open the whole lid and stick it in this way. Try to get it as much as I can in solution. And I'm just going to rinse that bowl there a little bit, try to make sure I get all the rennet in. And now we put the lid back on, get it locked on real nice and tight, and then we let it sit for 10 hours. So it's actually going to just sit here, and the machine keeps it at the right temperature and mixes it every so often, like you would be doing if it was on your stove. But I don't have to. I just let the machine do all of that work. So now I can come back 10 hours later. The machine says, take your basket out, put it on that metal strainer there. So I'm like, well, I'll put it on here so I can get the strainer up. You're supposed to put the strainer into the machine. That metal strainer goes right into the machine. But I don't know what happened. It's not working for me. This is not going to work at all. I cannot use this strainer basket because all of the cheese is just going through not just the way. So I did have a cheesecloth in a strainer that I use for other types of cheeses ready. So we're just going to run with that. Seems like the safer bet. Just put in everything that we can and let it strain in the cheesecloth. So there is some left in the machine because obviously it was coming out of the basket. So we're going to just get everything we can into the cheesecloth. Now this is actually a 2-day process. We're going to leave all of this sit overnight. Another 10 hours, it's going to sit and drain. And don't worry, it's at room temperature. It's totally fine. This is just the way it works out. Just great. So as you can see here, we're halfway through the straining process, and there's still some whey in there. But now here we are, overnight, we have lovely cream cheese. And now that it's gotten all the way out, it just comes right out of the cheesecloth, right into our lovely plastic container that we're going to store it in. So this makes a lot of cream cheese. It's not just one little 8-ounce brick you got here. This is several 8-ounce bricks. So if you like cream cheese, this is definitely the recipe for you. We happen to love cream cheese. We are going to put it on crackers. We are going to make some wontons with this. It's just a great thing to have out on the farm instead of buying those packages. And all we're going to add, as you saw, was besides the stuff we already have added, is just a little salt. So literally a half a teaspoon of salt, mix it in, and we use pickling salt, so there's no additives at all to the salt. So really, we have a very natural cream cheese, no gums or any other thing like that you find in a lot of cream cheeses at the store. Added in its milk, its cream, its culture and rennet, a little bit of calcium and salt. That's it. And it's perfect cream cheese. So now all you have to do, put the lid on, put it in your fridge, and you're ready to go. So there you have it. That's how we make cream cheese on the farm with no additives, preservatives, or anything else like that. So we are very happy with our Fromaggio maker, and as you can see, this is how we clean it up. It's very easy to clean up. Just really scrub it down with some hot water and soap. The strainer is the hardest part to clean. We didn't really use it this time, so it came off pretty clean. And the cutter, that basket, I mean, it's very easy to clean. The hardest part to clean is really the strainer, but then there is the actual machine itself here. Now you're gonna need to scrub it down with a non-scratching type scrubber. It does come with a brush in the kit, but I just use a regular scrubber and some soap. And once you get all of the cheese off of the machine, which it does come off very easily, it's a nice stainless steel device, then you can put it back on that the whole machine together, and if you fill it up with warm water and soap, there is a cleaning cycle on the machine where it heats the water up to really, really warm to kind of help sterilize and clean out the machine one last time if you want to do that. Otherwise, it looks clean to me. Just clean it, dry it, and it's ready to go again next time you're ready to make any sorts of cheese. Like I said, it's got a wide range of options besides just this lovely cream cheese we made. I've made Colby and cheddar. We've made cottage cheese, lots of different things, and a lot of fancy cheeses too. So whatever you're interested in, this machine is for you. If you have milk around and you want to make your own cheese, this Fromaggio is wonderful.